truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could go bad for you. Hit like, comment, subscribe, you know what to do. Be cool, city lights shining so bright. Fine dining nights feels right. Flights to places far from sight. Get right, ruthless truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could go bad for you. In the city where we move, stay cool. Underneath the neon glow, life is fast but take it slow. Every moment like a show. Let's go. Dancing through the night, we got energy flows we can't hide. Feel alive, we outside. Moments fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Moments fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Ruthless fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Ruthless truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could bad for you. In the city where we move, stay cool. Stay cool.
Hey, nobody bigger than the program.
Top of the morning, another, interesting topic, right? Very controversial, but the truth will set us free, right? And y'all see, disgruntled wife will destroy, till death do us part, or till her happiness is compromised. And this is why I do believe, like I said, that all marriages, the way they're surviving, if they're last, is the happy wife, happy life sentiment. And I just truly believe that. Because it's very difficult once women are disgruntled or they feel like their happiness is compromised. It's very difficult for them to, to reset and, continue on, right? Usually it's, you try to solve it, you try to solve the problem, y'all try to talk it out, but then once again, right, she goes to talk to her friends, her family, her work husband, or whatever, right? Whoever she has as a source of her, I would say, information when she needs to hear somebody give pushback, or so she tells them all the business, and then they say, oh, well, and then she takes that and she uses it as a, I guess, ego builder to leave her husband. And it's just a hard thing to overcome. So I got a video here. We'll start out. This is the Giving Podcast. And the lady's right here, she left her husband for whatever reason, and she's going to break it down why and the things of the relationship or the marriage, why it did not work.
Into the woman that I'm meant to become, the individual, outside of motherhood, outside of my relationship, or I've been having these babies back to back. I've been birthing businesses. I've been mentoring thousands of women. I've been doing everything for everyone but me. And so this year, 2023 and 2024, I'm just focused on solely what it is that I need to be reborn into the woman that I'm meant to become, the individual, outside of motherhood, outside of my relationship, or whatever the case. Like, who am I and what am I prepared to evolve into? And that's what this is all about.
Oh, we are already hitting the ground running, y'all. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you were just engaged.
So just listen to what she said. This is the difficult part of her conversation. She said, what I am to evolve into, the woman I'm supposed to be. So this is after she's married. This is after she has kids, right? And this is after she mentors a whole bunch of women. She said, I do a lot of things for a lot of people, but now I need to do something for myself. So basically what she's saying is she hates, or she no longer likes to be selfless. She says she needs to become more selfish. And this is what she needs to evolve into. What's up, little ADS? Good morning, sir.
I was.
You just kind of called off your engagement.
Mhm.
When did that happen?
So December 2022. So it's officially been a year and some change now.
How do you feel? How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Okay.
Better than expected. You know, it's not something that just happened overnight. It was something that I kind of felt was not going in the direction that I needed my life to be going. You know, the last like year or two was kind of just like, this is not really feeling like it's in alignment with the journey that we began 7 years before. And I wasn't quite sure like where we kind of branched off, but I realized that like the path and the journey that we're currently on is just no longer suitable for where I'm headed. And so I had to make that, it was more of like a mental decision that I made first, and then my heart kind of caught up. So once I officially was just like, you know what, I can't do this anymore. This is no longer a fit for me.
Yeah.
I think things kind of just like progressed quickly. I gave myself like a solid, 2, maybe 3 weeks to really be in the trenches of my feelings with everything and just realizing all that had just crumbled. And then I was just like, I got to put this back together. Like I can't remain in this funk. I can't remain in this low place. So I had to just rebuild and put the pieces together. And today I'm much stronger. It was really, really hard initially, walking away from a relationship and engagement with your kid's father and your best friend essentially was the most painful part. But at some point you gotta, I'm so used to putting everybody else before me. Like I watched my mom do it, just be the most selfless person ever, just always giving and putting herself last. So I just always operated that way. And then when it was time for me to really tap into my heart, my feelings and my needs, I was like, they're unmet.
Yeah.
Bam. Bam. And this is gentlemen. Thank you, women. These women just make my case so strong. This is why you are not to marry these women. Look at her. She said all this selflessness. She started hating it. She started hating doing things for others, being selfless. That she morphed into what she really wanted to be, a selfish bitch. Right? And, it was her fiance. They had kids together. But she started growing, right? She first tapped into her mind, right? Then her mind related to her heart. Her heart took a little time to catch up, which is her feelings and how she feels. And this, once again, confirms women are never loyal to a man. They are loyal to the way they feel, their emotions. That is their guide. And this is where they move on, right? If they feel and say, even if they think logically, oh, I need to stay with this man, it ain't that bad. We got the kids together, we got all this stuff together, but I need more. Once her emotions and her feelings catch up with that, oh, I feel, it's a wrap. And that means her happiness is now being compromised. And it has nothing to do with the husband or the fiance, and everything to do with her. And this is the eternal battle, the eternal conflict that these women be having. Back to Aisha Curry. Back to Michelle Obama. This is just a more in-depth. She's going in depth showing that, hey, I don't give a fuck. I'm putting me first.
they haven't been met for quite some time.
Yeah.
And so I just had to be real with myself. And I'm like, you know what? We're in a new season of where I'm going to get back to myself.
Yes.
And now it's non-negotiable.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
And I don't think that that's something that's said enough. I don't think that that's something that is talked about enough, how we, like women of color, I really feel like we are almost trained to put everyone and everything else before us.
It's
and we're
true.
almost like torn out, or like we're attacked when we don't put other people first.
Selfish.
Yes. And so how did you deal with that mindset of things?
I just think it's a season of where I've worked hard enough. I deserve to be a little bit selfish.
Yes.
And you would hope that the people in your life that you're attracting and
So you said a little bit selfish. So you're willing to tear the family apart, create indifference so that you could put you first, so you could be more in tune with yourself. That's damn selfish. That's not a little bit selfish. That's super selfish. That you're not even thinking. That means you're putting your feelings and the way you feel before your kids. Their dad, their mom, kids want to see parents together. Most kids want to see their parents together. They want to see their mom and their dad. They share the same house. They want to come home, see their mom, their dad, and have a healthy family. But this woman here says she needed to not be that no more. She needed to be more selfish. So she put her feelings before the family, before the building. And they were in the midst of a build. 7 years, that's a mini build. So they're engaged. And then she said it was not her. She did not want to be selfish.
you're loving would give you that grace and make it to where you don't feel like you need to isolate yourself and take that time to just be selfish with yourself, because you're getting that grace and that love from everyone else. But when you're not, you need to be strong enough to be able to be like, this is something I need for me, and so I don't care. I kind of,
once again, not for the kids, not because I love him, but for her. And she's putting herself above the family. And I'm sure she thought about this, like, oh, how the kids are going to feel. Oh, I don't want to break his heart. I don't want to hurt him. And as time went on, she's just like, man, it's all about me. Fuck him and these kids. I'm going to do what I think makes me happy. And this is why the happy life, happy wife thing is so real, because these things go on all the time.
I just blocked out the noise. I had the people in my ear like, you're engaged. This is what love is. This is what the journey is. You ride it out. You stick it out. This is what a wife is. And through thick and thin, through hard. And I'm looking like, no.
Yes.
Like, there's just something I'm all for, riding for my man and my husband and doing what you need. But I feel like there's a reason that God didn't bring us to that altar.
Yes.
There's a reason we didn't set that date.
Yes.
There's a reason that it was kind of put on the back burner. And so I had to dig a little bit deeper and ask myself, like, is this the forever that I want? This pit in my stomach, or this void in my heart, this, unseen void. Is this what I want forever?
Yes.
And I'm like, if nobody's going to vouch for me, if nobody's going to be selfish for me, if no one's going to advocate for me, like, who other than me?
Right.
Who other than me?
Right.
So, a good man never really walks away from a good woman. It has to be you that takes that moment to be a little bit selfish and to turn inward and ask yourself, is this in alignment with what sets my soul on fire? Is this in alignment with who's going to, allow me to be and progress into the woman that God put me here to be? And if any of those answers are no or then you got to go, baby.
You got to go. I've been engaged twice, and for me, once I knew in my mind, like you said, and that's the thing about a woman that I don't think that a lot of men understand, is when you've lost her up here, when she's made the decision, you might still have her around for a little while, but you don't have her anymore.
No.
You just have her presence. You don't have what you used to have. And so when I made the decision to call off my engagement, I remember, you know, you have the family members being like, are you sure? And now I'm second guessing myself. Like, am I sure?
Yeah.
Did I do this right?
Yeah.
Am I?
Self-centered is a disease. It is the number one, in my opinion. Y'all can challenge me. In my opinion, self-centeredness is like a disease. You know, when you meet someone and you try to be something you're not, it's very difficult to keep it up. So what these women are saying is, oh, they liked him, they even loved him, they even was down to go for it, right? But they just couldn't be something they couldn't. They liked the idea of maybe getting married to this guy, or so they took the ring when he asked him when he asked her to marry him. She liked the idea, but the truth is, it really wasn't her.
Am I being too hard? Am I asking for too much? Am I, all of these different things? But really and truly, I feel like inside of dating and engagement, like that's when you really see who somebody is before you make the decision to spend forever with them.
Yes.
And I think that we as women, we're taught to get married. We're taught to have a family. We're taught to strive for all of these things. I don't know why we're not taught to heal and love ourselves. And when we do, we attract on that level, because I really and truly feel like a relationship is the most important thing we'll ever have that we're never taught how to do.
Never. Nobody teaches us how to do this.
Nobody teaches us. And we're all winging it.
We're all winging it. We're doing the best that we can. But ultimately, so many people are still out here traumatized from childhood.
Yes.
Not doing the inner work, not seeking help or therapy, and it's just like the blind leading the blind a lot of times.
Period.
So it's rough. It's hard. But I think just turning inward and listening to yourself, your core, your heart, and ultimately doing what is best for your soul is just what's so important. Just really listening to yourself. And that's something that I've battled with a lot. Like you were saying, like you go to the family.
Just imagine this. Once again, this has nothing to do with him or the husband, but everything to do with her. You hear what she said? She said she argued to herself day and night about, is this for her? Do I really want to share my love? Do I really want to be selfless to this guy? And she said no. And this is why courting and vetting, all that shit is just I think people should still do it, because you do have to find at least who you're compatible with, but don't think that's going to guarantee forever. Because once again, right, if her emotions and her feelings are compromised and she feels she could do better or be better towards herself, because let's keep it real. She's just saying she's selfish. She doesn't want to share her love with this dude. She wants to love herself more. She loved herself more than she loved him, which caused her to call off both of these girls. It caused them to call off their engagements because they didn't want to be selfless. Because being in a relationship or marriage, a big commitment, it takes a lot of work. That's number one. It's going to take a lot of work, because there's going to be a lot of times there's going to be things that are, controversial, conflict. All those things are going to come. And, so once they see that part comes, right, they're like, oh, and no matter who they meet or who they ever be with, that's going to be the same thing, right? It's always going to be bad times, right? Things that are a little uneasy. But they're saying to me, I'm not even signing up for that. I'd rather be by myself. I'd rather be a single mother. I'd rather, co-parent than to live with a man that I just don't want to. I don't want to go through all the things. It's all about me. I don't want to make it about him. I don't want to have to respect him. I don't want to have to, cater to him and the things when I'm wrong, right? Because one thing about it, women don't like accountability. They don't like accountability. So, probably she's with her fiance and she's got caught in a few lies or something and he held her accountable and, oh, hell no, right? Then that's when she started mapping out the exit plan.
Members, you go to your friends,
Yeah.
you don't have that inner voice that's loud enough and confident enough to just go off, stand on business based off how you feel. So you listen to all the outside voices and then you're confused, you're torn.
Yeah.
So I'm learning. It's a work in progress. I'm learning to try to just.
And this is where, once again, this is why I'm so against marriage. This is why I'm anti-marriage. Because these women can be influenced from the outside. Easy. You hear what she said? The voices, people on the outside, I'm listening. And these people are not strangers. These people, they're not healthy. They're going to tell her what's best for her. Most of them are yes people. Because misery loves company.
Be in tune with what it feels like for me, because you're the only one living it. That ring is on your finger. That forever is with y'all. So nobody really knows what's going on behind closed doors.
And honestly, most times we try to make it seem like it's better than it is. Most people, in this Instagram life,
And that's what I felt. That's really what kind of put the nail in the coffin for me, is realizing how much of an example I am to these women.
Yes.
And getting all the emails or the DMs on a regular basis, like, you guys are goals. I want this. I sent this to my fiance earlier because y'all just this and that. And I'm like, I started to feel like it was a facade. And that's not how it started. Yeah. Everything I was putting out on social media loud and proud was because this was my truth. Yep. This was my reality. And I was so proud of all that we had built. And then the minute that shift started to take place, I realized that I was doing a disservice to not only my brand and my own integrity, but just all the people that were looking up to us as goals. Yeah. And I'm like, I'll be damned if I'm out here putting this on a pedestal when behind closed doors I'm crying myself to sleep at night.
Yes, girl.
Or we're walking around this house like zombies, not even speaking to each other.
Yes.
And I still have people looking at us as goals and applauding you for being whatever. And I'm just like, you know what? I have to do the right thing, because I don't ever want to emulate something that is not the reality that I'm living. Yeah. And it was just a rough reminder, because once upon a time it truly was. And so I just had that standard and I knew what it was supposed to be. I knew what it should be. And everyone else saw it as well. So once that declined, once things just weren't that anymore, I'm like, you know what? I'm not here to put on a show. I'm not an actress. Yeah. This is my life. Yeah. And I want people to see that there's strength in walking away from things that no longer serve you.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. And again, like, it's literally like we were the same inside of the second time that I was even the first time, we were like the dream team, quote unquote. I was a cheerleader for our CFL team and he played on the team and all of these things. And, we were the dream team. Nothing could ever go bad for Sarah. Yep. Oh, fail. Right. Yeah. And then the last time that I was engaged, it was a public fail, because we were all over Instagram. We were every hashtag, relationship goals, Black love, power couple. We were all of these things. But in reality, it was so toxic. It was sleeping on opposite ends of the bed, because one of the rules that I have for me inside of relationships is you don't get to sleep in another room just because you're mad at me. Like, so you may not be in a different room, but you might as well have been sleeping so far away. Yeah. Like, I've never slept on such a small portion of the bed in my life. Like, don't come near me, like, don't, like, how did my body even do that? How did I get this small, So I literally, like, there was so much inside of that relationship where it was not real, but I fell into the trap of I had to keep up the facade. I almost trapped myself inside of this Instagram reality where I didn't want to disappoint people. I didn't want to be that person that I just had this world. Yeah, and I wasn't prepared to fail again so publicly. You know, I was all over Instagram and people were looking up to what we did and what we built and, you know, Black love. And it's like, okay, release the pressure off of yourself. First of all, also, I will say for people that are at home, I think that you really have to get clear and vet the person of if they should go on your social media. Now, if you just want to be bold and love bold, great, do you. Have fun. If you have a good old time. But a lot of these relationships are 6 months at a time. Yeah. You know, you can't have a new person on your page every 6 months. And then you go and delete all the pictures every 6 months. Like, give it some time. It has to. It's a baby in NICU, okay? Yeah. You got to make sure that they get out of the hospital before everybody can touch your baby. Let's get out alive. Yes. Oh my God. No, it's so true. It's the energy of people. So true. So, okay. So if I may, and you don't have to answer this question, but I am curious. What was there a reason why you guys called off your engagement, or was it just you grew apart?
It's not that we grew apart. He likes to say we grew apart because it's just easier to put it on. There's been a lot of growth. There's been a tremendous amount of growth in the 7 years that we've been together, or we were together. And, you know, we were best friends for maybe 8 years before that. So we have a lot of history. Yeah. And so he's seen me grow, and so has everyone else. So it's easy to pin it on money changed her. Oh, she changed. She grew into, no, baby. No. I just learned what works for me versus what just doesn't work for me. What ultimately put the nail in the coffin is just realizing that, you know, vices are just a real thing. I'm not going to call it an addiction because I don't ever want to speak for someone else and say you're addicted to this or that, but I'll just say habits and vices. And ultimately, they just weren't the vices that my ex-partner had were just ultimately things that were 100% non-negotiable for me. And they were non-negotiable before the relationship. A lot of people who follow me know that I actually left Atlanta. I lived here for a long time. I started my makeup career here, and I left Atlanta due to a very abusive, dangerous, toxic relationship. And that ex had a gambling problem, a gambling addiction. And so it was a vow that I made myself. You know, that gambling addiction just started off as that, and it slowly turned into anger and resentment and physical abuse because you're mad at yourself for your own decision making and your own actions and lack of leadership and whatnot. And so me learning from that experience that was 10 years ago, I was 25, 26, me learning from that and making that promise to myself as a woman to absolutely never allow myself to fall victim of another abusive relationship or that specific vice. That was like huge for me as a woman, like to really stand on that. And so when I got with my best friend, I was very vocal about these things. And I think I was so vocal that it made him kind of suppress the desire for what was already within him that I wasn't really privy to. I just didn't really know. You don't know what people got going on. So when you're so vocal, I don't want you to drink. I don't want you. Okay, they just gonna not drink and they're not gonna smoke in front of you.
Right, girl.
So you think you're doing you are doing the right thing by being forward about your non-negotiables. But if you're with someone who just really wants to be with you and, you know, they'll tell you anything or show you anything. And so I just really was adamant about gambling is not a thing for me. Like, I do not want that in my life. My grandfather is addicted to gambling, and I've seen the turmoil, you know, that's created in my family. And I'm just like, that's just not what I'm into. And being as disciplined as I am, I just really don't like vices. I just feel like anything that has the ability to take control over my man. y'all can have that.
Yes.
That's not safe. That's not a safe space for me.
Yep.
And so I was very vocal about it. And as the years progressed, it crept into our relationship. And right away, I was like, whoa, like, I don't rock with that. And it just became more of a deceitful thing that was just always underlying, oh, a little bit here, a little bit there. And next thing you know, you're in a full blown relationship with not just a gambler, but just someone who has now decided to turn that into a business to save face. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now you don't want to be the reason that your man doesn't have a thriving business because you're telling him, oh, you can't do what you're good at or what you love to do because you've turned it into a business.
Yeah.
But baby, that it was rough.
And this is why I don't think women are built to last. Because to be selfless is love, right? That's love. That's a show of love and compassion. But to be selfish is to say, I no longer love you or want to share with you my love or compassion. I want to love myself more. I want to be about me. And this is the thing about these, right? We want to get into a position to where now you're building and you guys are putting everything together, and maybe you like to smoke cigarettes a lot, or maybe you like to hang out with your boy. I mean, whatever it is, that nobody's going to be perfect. She's got some things on her, and he's going to have some things on him, and that's just the name of the game. You're not going to find nobody that is going to be perfect. That's just unrealistic and delusional. So, yeah, it's tough. Now we got, next up, Kendra G. She's going to give us her spiel for real, right? Kendra G is very popular in this space, and you know, she's going to give it to us like she think it is.
When I learned about my ex, which was so amazing, is we had love. We had love. He did not cheat on me. We didn't have the same life plan. And one of us was going to have to give up their individual dream in order for the unit to work.
Blessings to you all. Kendra G, the chronically single relationship expert, was actually engaged when she was younger. She was engaged to a fine young man who was an electrical engineer. But according to Kendra G, she chose her work life and she chose her career over the marriage, as if being married and having a career are mutually exclusive, which they are not. It is not an either or when it comes to work and a marriage and a relationship. There's plenty of people. There's plenty of very successful, highly educated people who are able to balance their marriage and their careers.
Hey, what's going on? It's Kendra G, the morning show host on 107.5 WGCI. And listen, right here in Chi-Town, I got to add that in there. And you know, it was time.
I knew I wasn't a housewife. I was like, I would not be happy as just somebody's wife and having their kids. Like, there's just so much inside of me. And I decided I'm going to pursue this career that has no guarantee. Like,
Feminism.
literally, radio is probably one of the most unreliable careers you can bet on.
If these beautiful, successful
Because selfishness is far more better than selflessness to women, right? And there's just so many stories, right? There's so many stories of just women. They're just going to put themselves first. You know what I mean?
Why can't Kendra G do it? You know why? Because she thought she was too good for an electrical engineer. Now, trust me, I know electrical engineers make a whole lot of money. Electrical engineers start their own businesses. But remember, Kendra G was working at a radio station. And in radio stations, you have musicians going through, you have movie stars going through, promoting their movies. Kendra G wanted to marry a star. She thought she was too good for some electrical engineer, and she wanted to marry Jay-Z. She wanted to marry Kanye. Trust me, if Michael Ealy came through that radio station promoting his movie and fell in love with Kendra G, trust me, you don't think she would have married him? She would have put her damn career on hold, and she would have had a baby bump at the wedding. So it ain't so much her career. She just thought she was too good for an electrical engineer.
And going back to when you said Philly, well, abstinence is cool. I ended up breaking it for my first situation, right? And it was with an athlete, and you know, he was the first guy I dated after my ex-fiance. And I'm thinking everybody's like my ex-fiance. They want to be in relationships. No, every man do not want to be in a relationship, child. And I remember getting upset because we had been intimate, but we weren't committed. And then I learned that he was dealing with somebody else. And I was like, what in the world? And then he said to me, he was like, well, you're not my girlfriend. And then I was like, well, goddamn. Like,
you didn't know?
I mean, I knew I wasn't his girlfriend, but I wasn't, you know, there is some grace when the girl thinks that this is what we do to lead to that, right? Because he was the first guy I dated after my ex-fiance. So at this time, it's the third guy I've ever dated. I had my high school boyfriend and then my ex-fiance. And then this guy's next.
Okay.
So I'm thinking my ex-fiance wanted to get married, wanted to have kids, wasn't monogamous. We broke up only because of my ambition, not because of any infidelity.
Gotcha.
So I'm thinking every man's like him or has that inside of him. So when I met him, I was like, oh, you know, like most girls, this is gonna be my husband. Like, he an athlete. Like, this our own Jay-Z. No, child, he was not trying to be in no committed nothing. Nothing. No committed nothing.
You know, I hope Ayesha Curry is paying attention to this, because there's some parallels between Ayesha Curry and Kendra G. Ayesha Curry met a wonderful man when she was young, and she married him. And even though he's everything a woman would want, there's a part of her that thinks she's missing out because she never really got to go through that whole phase and sample all these different dicks and have men cheat on her and treat her like garbage. You know, she never really had that opportunity. She met a perfect guy, got married, and actually won the lottery. Kendra G took the other route. Kendra G also met the perfect guy. He was a great guy. He was an electrical engineer, educated, wanted to be married, wanted to be faithful, wanted a family. He was everything a woman would want, but Kendra G thought she was too good for an electrical engineer, so they broke up, and now look at her. Now she's 46 years old, never married, never had any children, hooked up with some handsome, successful football player. Come to find out, he was screwing her and 10 other women. Are you really surprised? Studies show that 80% of women are all fighting over the same 20% of guys. So you meet a man who is very successful. He's a football player. He's 6'2". He's handsome. He's got a great body. He's got a six-pack. He owns a couple of homes, financially secure. What makes you think he's only with you? Guys like that who are super successful like that, they know they have the pick of the litter. They know they can have any woman they want. And most of them don't want one. They want a lot of women. So when you find a guy who's got something going for him, he's successful, he's making good money, and he's marriage minded. He actually wants to be married, and he's committed to you. You know, you actually hit the lottery. You know, it's a blessing, and you should hold on to that guy. Hold on to him tight. Thanks for listening. God bless. Peace.
And this is the cold hard truth, right? That, you know, either they want to figure out themselves before, or they get in there and want to go back to see what they missed. You know, and you can't see the thing about women. I think women have to be shielded. Like, I think part of the man being a provider, protector, I don't think the protection is so much fighting other guys, like coming to break in the house. I mean, that is part of it, but I don't think that's the only part of it. I do believe the other part of protecting is protecting her from herself. Protecting her from being delusional. Checking her Instagram account, seeing all these things on Instagram is just an illusion. And, you know, you have to be there to make sure that, hey, that's just not real. You don't know what's on it's not always greener on the other side. And women are having a hard time not jumping off the bridge to get to that, what they think is better for them. And if you cannot correct, you cannot properly protect. You have to be able to correct them because, once again, women, they live in this world where their feelings mean a lot to them. And if they see things that they feel is funner or better, and even though they're already married, already in with a fiance, with kids for 7, 6, 10, 12, whatever many years, and once those feelings are compromised to see something that's an illusion, they tend to follow that. And a man needs to be there to protect her from herself. And this is why a lot of men will prefer the woman not to work and be at home, stay-at-home wife, because they don't want her at the workplace potentially having a work husband because she's accessible. All the horror stories of work husbands and the scandals. But that doesn't matter anymore because now you have social media. So she can be at home, she can be a stay-at-home wife, but now she has social media. So now she's accessing those things, and then her friend group. It's just, listen, it's just very difficult right now to have a wife. Because the moment you marry her, the moment you do it, you have to fight off all the evil forces that's going to attack her weaknesses. You have to, it's like a whole new fight. You have to fight even when before y'all get married. As she your fiance, you got to fight, protect her from herself then. No, the girls trip, you don't know girls trip. I don't know, baby. You don't need to be those lashes. Because women, even though they say they like to dress like hoes or appear to be hoes, even though they're not. And we want birds of a feather flock together. So a man to have a healthy home has to protect the woman from herself, from doing foolish shit. But because the structures that we in of America, we're no longer able to do that properly. Because now she can just, who can check me, boo? She call 911 and they'll come out and check you. Leave her alone. She says you sounded threatening to her. You sounded a certain type of way that she didn't like. She was uncomfortable. And that they will write a police report. And this is what she would use to check you. It's just so difficult, man, to try to fight all the outside influences and keep your family in place. And this is why marriage is such a tough deal, because now, especially when you're married, you now involve a third party. What's up, IB Wody? When you marry, you involve a third party, right? Now the government is hovering with, and we all know that the government value women more than they do men. In a children's court, we know that. So just being married is very difficult because you have to make money. You have to make sure the bills are paid, right? So when you're gone away from home, your home is under constant attack. Your wife, your children are constantly attacked by illusions. Your kids are attacked by the LGBTQ propaganda, all these crazy things. Your wife has been attacked by, looking at other people's lifestyles on social media listen to her friends, and all these outside forces are trying to pull your house apart. And as men, we have to go get the bag, especially nowadays because it's so expensive. We got to go get the bag. Our house is left defenseless. So this is why the marriage thing should be off the table, because it's just no way you can properly protect, because money ain't going to solve everything. Money's not going to stop her from seeing what she sees and feeling the way she feels. You give her everything in the world. You give her the fucking all her dreams, fulfill all her dreams materially, and she can still be compromised. You cannot stop. So I mean, basically, if you get married, you need to move to, the fucking woods or something. You got to get away from this city life. This here in America, the government puts all these, anti-messages out, these anti-family things that they allow go on. Come on. Cardi B did a whole movie about being a prostitute, being a stripper. And she made it cool to be a stripper. Once Cardi B did that movie, the girls who they want to strip even more. See, we're living in a society, right, which everything around it is anti-family. Yeah, children can identify what the fuck they want to identify as. And there's nothing fucking you can do about it. But either kick them out your house or just accept it. The country we live in is anti-family because the things that are worse for the family, they promote the most. The woman empowerment. We all talk about feminism. I ain't got to go into detail about that, but all that women empowerment, all the things that, be all you can be, boo, it's true. And men, we also have we got a little fork in this pot, right? Women empowerment, thinking that these women are strong. Oh, I got me a strong woman. Until you come home and get those divorce papers, or until you come home and find out, it's these women that can be compromised. Starts with men valuing family, Rufus. Men drop the ball on this, not women. Zyrax, you always coming with some interesting statements. You said men drop the ball. Men value men value family. They pay for them, right? Men, they pay. Every woman that's married to a man in a relationship, back in the day, the guys who could take care of the mortgage. Women really never have to pay for anything when they're married. A lot of them do it because they want the independence. They want to feel important or have something to fall back on in case they leave his ass. The family start with the men first. Oh, the family it's 50-50. It's 50-50. Right? All parties have to be united. Men and women have to be united together on the family. It ain't get one. Oh, if the men value the family and the women don't, the house is gonna divide. If the man don't value the family and the women do, same thing, right? So both of them, it's equal because that's down the middle. Zyrax, both parties have to be in agreement that family first. Family is important for at least it to last as long as it can. Because if you have one party not in agreement, Yeah, but she has to. Let me see. So let's have this conversation, Zyrax. Since you're up here, what you saying? She said, starts with men asking the woman in marriage. No, it doesn't. It doesn't start there. It starts in the relationship while you guys are dating and courting. It starts there. And then that pre-dating, pre-marriage thing, when you're dating each other, is to see, are you guys compatible? Do you guys align the same? Do you guys have the same values? All those things are coming to a conclusion to whether you guys can move forward to marriage. So before you're married, you guys got to be pretty much sure that you guys align. So both of you going to figure out after dating for 2-3 years whether one or both of you guys agree with family first. So this happens in the dating scene. Every marriage is built before they're married, right? All those pre-marriage things, are something you guys look at and measure. Is this woman worthy to be my wife? Is this man worthy to be my husband? It's a measuring stick. So it starts there, Zyrax. Doesn't start after the man or when. It's not like you guys are, oh, I don't want a family. Oh, I hate kids. Oh, I don't like this. And you guys are just not aligning. Then all of a sudden, when you marry me, oh, yeah, we want kids. Now we all know. It's because if you don't align it in the dating market or the time you're dating, you guys are going to break up. You didn't just see the video I put up? Kendra G and the girl called it off with their fiancés. Kendra G had an engineer guy, but she wanted to, be next to the stars. Now it's 50-50. What happened to men being lead? Well, that's a different conversation. We're talking about 50-50. Zyrax, we're talking about aligning, right? On both parties. All parties involved, the man and the woman, split down the middle. 50-50 have to agree that family to be family. Now, if you're talking about 50-50 in the financial end or, those things, that's a whole nother conversation, right? So you got to, context matters, Zyrax. And when we're talking about, before we get married, we have to align. That's the standard. And you will have to agree with that. I know you're not thinking that people don't align before they get married. Typically, now there are some outliers that people do some shotgun, but it's just they had a fucking bad argument, whatever, and then they just get married. But typically, when people date each other, the average person, people date each other 3 to even 8 years before they get married. Yeah, I'll be here. Yeah, people can, before they get married, they typically evaluate each other. It's a process of evaluation. And that evaluation, part of that evaluation is, will I marry this person? Are they worthy to be married? People just don't date for just a date most times. There are some situationships, but most times, you're looking, you guys are dating and you got to become boyfriend and girlfriend. You are looking to see if this person is worthy. Is she wife material? You're looking at how she around kids. You're seeing, what type of conversation you guys can cultivate, before you even think of her to be your wife. So yeah, it is a process. But we see that once again in 2025, marriage is very difficult. More than ever. It's always been difficult. but more than ever now, because now you have a lot more outside forces pulling at your house. It's very difficult. And women are, in my opinion, the easier target when it comes to, certain things that look good, appear good, but ain't. Because men, this is why we don't divorce that much, because we typically, social media is cool, but now we may keep it real. We might lust off women. Oh, she a bad bitch, whatever, all that. But most men are realistic that that's not wifey material, right? We're not looking at that IG model thinking, oh, I'm going to get married to her. Oh, I'm going to make her my wife, right? And we already got a wife at home. No, that's not. That doesn't go like that. Now, when we smash her, if the opportunity presents itself, of course. I'm not going to sit here. I'm keep it funky. We gonna smash if opportunity presents itself. But most likely, most men ain't gonna smash them IG models. They know that. Because most IG models, they live in different parts of the country, right? Most of them don't live right down the street from you. They live far away. So it's maybe a picture that keep you pushing. But we, men, destroying a family or breaking up a family has to be really extreme most time. Most time it has to be really extreme, like you gotta catch her confidence. Your best friend cheeks, or she just have to really be just drug use. Something has to be really, really extreme for a man to break up his family. I'm not saying we don't divorce, but it has to be, like, for the most part, very serious. It has to be extreme. Men are not just divorcing because, I just don't like the way, and there are some cases that happens, but usually that's when they're in their 50s, 60s, and then, but most men still, they're going to stay in there. They're going to stay in there because they understand they're going to get old ugly too. So they don't too much divorce for that. But, there are some cases where women don't perform. Women underperforming is probably the largest reason. If a man does divorce, I think underperformance, sleeping with his best friend, or some shit like that. Those things I think men are divorced for immediately, right? I'm not, but once again, right? There's 1 million divorces a year. Men only file 100-some thousand times, compared to women 800+ thousand times. So we're not as petty, right? We're more okay. We're more we want to work it out, right? We want to keep the family together, even if we have a side piece, even if we get a little extra booty. But that's not enough to walk away. It's just not enough for men to walk away on a regular basis. Oh, well, y'all found some new coochie. Oh, I'm out. Yeah, here's the divorce papers because her coochie better. That's not, men. We're not that weak, right? We're going to be like, hell. I mean, you might have some coochie, but shit, this is a woman of my children. This is wife of the mother of my children. It's just more. We're more sound when it comes to keeping the family together. Also, we think of the kids more. We don't want our kids way in another home somewhere. So men typically, and not if he marries the woman, typically, once again, it's very extreme. He would not leave that woman. It takes a lot for a man to ask a woman to marry him. Let me make this thing. For men to get on one knee or to give a woman a ring, it takes a lot. It's way more difficult than women think it is. Because we're not only giving up or sacrificing our options that we at one point enjoyed, we now are entering into a responsibility. More of a responsibility now, and so we're not just going to ask any woman to marry us. Let's keep it real. All the stars have to align for that to happen. And yeah, we just if we ask a woman to marry us, we're pretty much going to be in there for a long time. That's why men don't divorce like that. Now, I'm not saying we perfect, but we understand also that once we go that far to that level, we're already signing up to put up with the bullshit. We understand that I love her enough to put up with her attitude, to her changes. This is why the happy wife, happy life is such a dominant force. Because men, when we evaluate and say, I'm going to ask her to marry me, that is pretty much a done deal. We're not looking around, oh, man, no, we put that ring on her finger, fuck all these other bitches. Once again, I'm not saying we don't, lust. We're human. The fuck? We're human. I ain't going to, and even on the dogs a little bit. But that's not enough for us to walk away on a common basis. It's just not. I don't care if she's a 10, a 12 and a half, and with the best coochie in the world. That's not enough for a lot of men, most men, to break up their families. It's just not enough. And men, we're very difficult to fall in love. We don't fall in love through sex. We fall in love over time and alignment. So typically, if we're married and we go off with another woman, we'll let that woman know, hey, I'm married. I'm not leaving her for you. Typically, right? Like I said, there's some outliers, but typically, we are not leaving our wife for this woman. Because most likely we're not in love with her. She may look good. We might want to fuck. Keep it real. Keep it a bean. We might want to take some down. Hey, everybody wants a little something on the side, but I'm not going to leave my wife. So, yeah, we have to be realistic that women, they leave for anything. They leave if the sun don't come out enough. Right? And this is where we're having a problem with our women, right? This is the problem we're having with them. They're leaving for anything and everything. And it's very easy for them to do these things, right? And this is problematic. And we believe it makes us think that our women view marriage as some sort of toy, right? Like, oh, it works. Oh, well, but don't. Oh, well. This is why we have to understand, to be married is a big step. And let's keep it real. Most women are not up for it. They're not up for the journey. They're really not. And us men need to understand that. Us men need to understand that these women are not, they're not up for the big task. They're not as strong as we thought they were. Yes, they are, right? Women are treating marriage like that. We got countless of proof. Aisha Curry. I mean, it's a long list. Zyrox. Zyrox, that let me know that was an emotional response you just gave me. Women are treating marriage like it's, I'm out. I don't do this no more. Goodbye. This is why you guys lead in percentages. 1 million divorces a year. And you guys file 800,000 of them. 80, and if they're an educated woman, 90% chance to divorce you. If she's educated. And this is where you guys stand. And listen, cheating is not even a reason to divorce. You have to work through your problems. Any great relationship or great marriage is going to create, it takes a great deal of work and dedication. Till death do his part. That's what we signed up for. That's what you signed up for. That's what women signed up for. Till death do us part, baby. But as soon as the winds come in a little bit and shake a few trees, y'all bounce. Guys, just say y'all ain't ready for the big stage. Y'all not ready to step up and fight for love. Because self-love is more, in y'all mind, more beneficial. And the ideology of self-love is destroying family after family after family. Selfishness is cancer, not the answer. Hit the like button, please. Hit the like button. Selfishness is cancer, not the answer. Selflessness is what it takes to complete a journey. But how we as human beings approach marriage should be, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to see this through. No matter what. And I'm sorry. I mean, well, yeah. Nobody's really, there are some deal breakers. I agree. That was a little extreme what I just did. That's more like utopia. But I understand that if I walk in and see my wife get her cheeks clapped by another man, yeah, it's over. I'm leaving her. So I ain't gonna sit up here and say like I'm I'm going to accept just the most extreme shit. Or if she's on drugs and she gets on meth and she gets addicted. What's up, no chaser? You know what I mean? If my wife gets a certain thing that just can't come back from me, I'm gonna have to walk away. But it has to be really, really extreme. I'm talking about if I walk, like I said, if I walk in, my wife get her cheeks clapped on our bed, yeah, that's a wrap. There's no coming back from that. Because I'm not going to put her through just that thought going through my mind. We would just never get along again. It would be very, very super toxic. And I would probably start hating her. I don't necessarily hate her, but dislike her. And yeah, we'd be sleeping in separate beds. And just to get it so we won't get worse, we just have to end that. But other than that, if I'm married, if she has attitude problems and she's very unstable in other ways and we argue a lot, I'm not leaving her. We're going to work this shit out. If I marry you, I'm going to work this shit out. I know it sounds, but if I marry a woman, I'm already signing up to, work out whatever. So we got a special guest, chat gangs coming up. And it's,
her mother doesn't like that kind of dress. Everything she never had, she's showing.
What's up, Cyrox?
Hi, Ruthless. How are you?
I'm Gucci.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I've been having like mic problems, so I just wanted to try.
So what is it that you want to come up here and tussle with me about? You know I'm right about it.
So, because you make it seem like, women don't value marriage and that you know, like women would leave a marriage just over like the stupidest thing or the smallest thing. And that's, you know, that's to me, that's like yeah, like I don't if you know how much money it takes, how much money goes into like a wedding and stuff like that, like the amount of investment a woman, puts in into a marriage. Like a woman is not just gonna walk out over, petty little things. And, and I told you the reasons, right? For divorces. It's usually financial, cheating, financial infidelity, and lack of support that are the main reasons why they walk out. And it's usually not just, they don't just like walk out like the next day. It's usually a buildup, when especially when it comes to the lack of support. Like, if like a husband doesn't want to support her or whatever, she doesn't just walk out. Usually she lets it go, and then like I said, it's a buildup until one
Yeah,
day she can't, one day she can't take it no more, and then she leaves.
and this is where I'm right? Because you guys don't take marriage seriously.
Yes, we
Because
do.
anybody who takes marriage seriously know that that's part of being married. If you leave for that, then you are going against the very thing you signed up for. So that's been petty, right? Now, like I said, I named a few extreme things, right? So I give y'all grace on certain things, right? So I'm not going to just pound it into the ground. But if he's on drugs and he's no longer able to, he's incapacitated, or if you know he falls in love with somebody else, and then he just not coming home anymore. I mean, that's extreme, right? I'm saying that's an extreme. I'm I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of grace, right? A little bit. Okay, you know what? That shit just wasn't going to work. But if it ain't extreme or violence or abuse, like you guys would kill each other, those things, if it ain't in those realms, anything in between that is fixable. In my opinion, it's just fixable. Finances
I I
is
do I
fixable.
think so too. I do. Yeah, I think so. I think so too. I think, like you said, I actually 100% agree with you. It is fixable, but sometimes like, either ego gets in the way, um or like you just can't forgive a person. I mean, violence and cheating is inexcusable, and it's unforgivable.
Now, cheating. Let's have this conversation about that, right?
Okay.
Before I go to this video, because I have a different theory about cheating, right? And
Okay.
you're gonna disagree because this is what y'all do. Women, y'all disagree with ruthless, right? um, Cheating to me, see, I think cheating is just another made up excuse because cheating is not really that big a deal. Really, it's not, right? Number one is, why do women really press the line on cheating? Number one is because it takes away or it makes her feel powerless, right? The number one thing that a woman holds over a man's head for leverage and power in the relationship is her vagina, right? That's just facts, right? And if he goes out and sleeps with another woman, she then loses power of leverage in the relationship. So that's why she gets really upset. Like, because it's not necessarily because women forgive men for cheating all the time, right? We see this countless of times, right? Because if he checks himself, oh baby, I didn't mean it, baby. It just happened. She gonna take him back because she gonna sniff around to see if she can still leverage him. But if he continues to do that, then she's gonna leave him because she's like, if I can't control him, if I can't have no leverage in this relationship, what good am I? And that is the core reason why cheating is so big for women because it takes or it makes them feel powerless. Because the one thing they can't push the man around physically. You know that they can't. You know what is it that they have? It's definitely not money. Because most men, pay for everything. So he has all the finances under. that rap. So what does she use as her power, her superpower? Vagina, right? And that's how she punishes him. When she's, oh, you're not getting none tonight. You're gonna sleep on the couch. Oh, no, don't touch me. You sleep outside the bed. That's how she disciplines him. That is her method of putting her foot down or standing up for herself. And once that is compromised, because now if she tries to do it, then he can get in his car and go get some more vagina, and she's out of there. And she'll find another
It's
man who's going to submit to
it's
that.
not it's not the wanting to control or the leverage. It's the, when you get married. See, this is why, like I said, it seems like men don't take value marriage. Because what is marriage? It's the promise to be with just, with your partner, till death do you apart, right? So, you're supposed to love me, I'm supposed to love you. And then how can you love me while you are out there sleeping with hoes
Thank you. You
or
just
having
answered my
side
question.
pieces and stuff?
Thank you. Yeah,
That
and
is
you just thank
not
you.
love.
Yes, thank you. You just answered my question. You're agreeing with me
No,
because
I'm not.
I'm gonna tell you why. Women fall in love through
Okay.
sex. That's part of it. I mean, it's a combination of things, right? But you guys can fall in love. If everything's going right, the sex is like it's part of the falling in love, right? So once that is compromised, right, you feel powerless. You feel useless.
No, it's
Right?
the trust is broken. It's all about trust. A relationship is nothing without trust. If I
Well, you
can't
never
trust you, then it's we're gonna have problems.
right, but
Foundation is built on trust.
well, nobody truly 100% trusts each other. There's always a level of
Well,
insecurity
trust,
there,
love.
but we do understand there's a level of insecurities there. So that's just never going to change, right? What This is why women get them locations. This is why women, you know what I'm saying? This is why women got them phones and they put that GPS on that dude, right? This is why women are constantly, even if he's not doing, even if he's being faithful, even if he's not, if he doesn't answer the phone at a certain time, he takes too long to call back. If he's out too much with his friends, they want to think, who are you fucking? Or what bitch you got? Right? And believe me, I've been through this, right? I'm a living witness. No, this is what these women are saying. Hey, so once again, they need to know exactly where you at pretty much all the time, right? They need to
Well, if you're
fundamentally
moving funny, Ruthless, if you're moving funny, then of
no,
course she's gonna question you.
no, no, even if you're not moving funny, right? Like for example,
Oh,
my ex,
come on.
watch this. Even my ex, right? She would call me, right? And sometimes I'll be in the meeting, and so I'm not gonna call her back until the meeting's over because I'm getting stuff done. Oh man, when I call back, oh, who was you with? Who was you? And even if I have proof, I show her, look at this where I was at. She's like, well, I don't care. Because it's the power. It's the power. It's all about she's trying to, I need to answer that phone at a certain time. When she called, I need to call back at a certain time to what? Help her insecurities feel at rest.
Ruthless, it's exhausting having to check up on your spouse. You shouldn't have to check up on your spouse. There's like a lot, there's other problems that we could be worrying about, but then now I gotta like use up energy to make sure that you're staying faithful to me because
But
because maybe you have a past of cheating. I don't know, right? I mean, it differs per person. But I'm saying that, if you value marriage, yeah, you should be, doing that. You should be sneaking behind someone's back. You shouldn't checking up on your spouse's phone and stuff. It should be 100%, yeah, like complete trust in one another.
You got me
That's
confused with your other bitch.
What other bitch? I'm with you every single day.
right? So this goes on. This really goes on. So this is why I did. Now I'm finna break this around. Right now I'm finna bring it around. Right? All right. This is what I'm gonna bring around. Most before they get married or before they meet a guy with it, most women, a lot of women desire men with a lot of options. Right? If a guy ain't getting no coochie, they ain't trying to holler. They're like, what's wrong with you? Ugh. Right? I've seen this. But the moment Look, you know who get the most attraction in the dating market from women? Zyrax.
Are you talking about like celebrities?
No, I don't even talking about celebrities. You know who gets the most in the dating regular? Let's say the regular, average, everyday dating market, right?
Well, usually the high earner, has
No.
a lot of options.
Yeah, but you know who gets more options than anybody outside of the high earners?
Mm, Mm-mm.
Married men.
Yeah.
Married men. If a man put a ring on his finger, he will be sought after even 10 times more than when he was single. This is a fact. So you guys can't sit here and tell me that cheating is so damn important when married men are some of the most highly desirable for most all women. There are few
Okay.
exceptions.
Okay. Okay. Let's go with that, right? Okay. Let's say I agree with that, right?
Okay.
100 women could throw themselves at a married man. You know, should you take up on their offer,
No, of
on
course
all
not.
those offers? Exactly.
Of course
So it
not.
doesn't matter how. It doesn't matter. How many bros throw themselves at a married man.
But that's
You're
not the
married.
conversation.
You're supposed to stay faithful to your wife.
But that's not the conversation we're having. Right? That's a whole other conversation. What conversation we're having is cheating. And if cheating is so big issue to women, why do they chase married men? That's the conversation I'm having. If you are so you're cheating, you should not cheat, but then you desire a man who's married, who's taken already. Exactly,
No,
right?
see,
So
I
the
don't know.
point
I
I'm
don't know
making,
about that. Like, I've never, you usually like I don't normally hear like women once they find out like he's married that they're still gonna go for it. Usually when they find out he's taken, they back off because like we understand like he's a married person. Whether like he could just be in a relationship, and we're like, oh okay, you got a boo. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna go out. I'm not gonna chase you or ask you for your number or whatever. And a lot of times, if women are chasing married men, it's because that married man is telling them that he's separated or he's divorced.
mm, I'm here to tell you, married men are some of the most desired people on the face of the earth. Women love married men. They just do.
Yeah,
With the ring on,
because
when you,
a married man displays stability.
right. Thank you. Thank you, Zach.
Yeah.
Now this is Zyrox I love right here, right? You're finally coming off your woman code, right? You hit it right on the nose. He's a finished product. And they want that. So to me, in my opinion, right, I think
Hmm.
that because women desire men who are already taken, that the boundaries of cheating. And listen, there's women who will be a side piece for years and be happy with that. There are women who will do this. This is through history, right? Because of that,
Women could do side piece could be, they could want to be side piece all they want. Like, I don't care. But the issue is with the man. It's the man that that's that's allowing there to be a side piece. Like if
right,
my husband said, "Oh, I'm gonna have a side piece," motherfucker, you gone.
right,
I'm
but
not putting up with no damn side piece.
so right, but that's another conversation once again. What we're talking about is the level of cheating, right? I think, and
That is cheating.
this is my no, I'm not no, that's another conversation. I'm talking about the conversation
Okay, go ahead.
we're having, right? Is cheating, right? And I believe cheating has everything to do with the woman's leverage, which that man is particular. So, and now let's take it on the man's side, right? So let's take it to the man's side. So, the difference between men and women for the level of cheating, there's a different effect, right? Men, we buy loyalty. Women, y'all demand loyalty. So, for a part of paying,
No, we don't demand. We expect loyalty because that's what we're get. If we're gonna give loyalty, yeah, we expect it in return.
yes, that's what I'm saying.
It's only fair.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying y'all demand loyalty. We buy loyalty, right? because because of we're funding you guys' lifestyle, we're funding our time together, all those things. The reciprocation of that is you not to be out here sleeping with other guys.
Oh,
That's part of the deal.
okay, if you guys are if that's what you, I mean, like I understand if like say you date, a chick and you want to marry her and you let her know upfront that like you that even though she's the main chick, that you're gonna have side chicks, and she's okay with that. That's cool, do you, right? But then I'm talking about like average marriages, the typical marriages, it's not gonna come with side piece. No woman is gonna agree with that. It's like,
Right.
because if you are gonna if you want side piece, then would it be fair for a woman to have side piece also?
So that's a whole other conversation in that format, right? But now what I'm saying is back to the loyalty part,
Got to
right?
be fair. You got to be fair, ruthless. You got to be fair.
So, well, that's a whole other conversation, which I'm willing to have with you. But right now,
Mhm.
we're speaking on loyalty, right?
Okay.
And men, we purchase loyalty. You guys charge for loyalty, right? And then also at the same time demand loyalty from us. Because for you to not date other men, right? There's expectations you have from the man that you're gonna give exclusive rights to, right? And part of that is, being a provider. That's part of the deal. So we buy loyalty, women demand loyalty. So now moving forward, the men. This is why the women, when they cheat, it's worse because she accepted the offer of all of them, financial and physical, I guess, commitment. Now when she goes off and does something with another man, she now, you know, how you said, she's now hypocrite because she's the one. This was part of for you to get that exclusive right to her. You charging a fee, right? And now that you're going to another man to get what your man is paid for is cheating, right? You're cheating the code, right? You look, I had all these expectations and you met them, so I gave you exclusive rights to me, right? You pay for them. That was a part of the deal, and you broke the deal by going to be with another man. Now flip it. When a man cheat, he's really not cheating because he's not buying. I mean, you're not buying his loyalty. You're demanding that he's loyal, but that's an optional for him because you're not really giving him anything that is the value of just being with you, other than your vagina, right? But men do it. We do it because, and we give the loyalty as a to keep you guys in, I guess a healthy mindset. This is why we do that. But really, really, back in the day, the kings had multiple wives, multiple women, and this was okay. This is why men, we are valued by our high body count, right? We get value from women and men. When you have a lot of women, you have all these options, especially beautiful women, people look up to you. Women as well. Women tell me all the time, Rufus, you always have bad bitches. We love that, right? But women, when you guys have multiple options, you guys are looked at as hoes because you guys devalued. You guys get devalued when you have a higher body count. So
You know why? You know why? Because we value the man. See, if a woman goes, oh, Ruth, I love that you have, all these, bad bitches and stuff. That means that she doesn't value you. She just values what you have,
yes, that's
what
what.
you can do for her.
Yes, that's
But
every
that's,
woman,
but then
right?
that, but that's
We
not,
all we all use each other's Iraq. So that's the name of the game. I'm
no,
gonna
I
just
understand. Yeah, I do understand that. We. That's the whole point of. I mean, every relationship, there's some sort of there's utility. That's how we sort of
yeah.
see each other, right? But then, like, I don't think it's like when we're talking about marriage, what makes it like a solid, marriage. Like, you can't view your partner like that. Because what if, like, one day your partner loses his job, or there's no money, then that means that, yeah, you're gonna, it's only a matter of time that she's gonna leave you, or, or vice versa. Whoever brings in the most money. So that's why it's not healthy to just look at, to view your partner as just, for their use.
But this is what I have learned, right? This is what I've learned, that if a woman really likes you and then you upfront with her about the multiple women that you're dealing with, you should accept it, right? I've experienced this, right? She will. I mean, for some women it's tougher, but it depends on how much they really like you, right? They really, really want you, and they really, really value you. They don't care how many women you sleep with, as long as when you two are together, you guys are happy. So I lived this. 1 minute, I have to. 1 minute, I have to take this call.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, I'm back. So yeah, what were you saying, Zyrex?
No, we were talking about, oh Lord.
Oh, okay. I
Um,
know. I know what you're talking about. We were talking about the cheating thing, right? And how I
yeah.
see me in my life.
Oh yeah, yeah, to accept you for who you are. Yeah, and that's fine. Like I said, as long it's known up front, before you sign the dotted line, before you get married, then yeah, then there should be no issue. But a lot of times, like shit happens, and you end up, like, yeah, you end up doing things that you're not, you never thought that you would, like cheat, or um or fall out of love, or or whatever.
And this is why I know cheating, women cheat on it, and this is why monogamy is such a very difficult contract, right? And in that contract is power of leverage. It's the thing most women are getting men to sign up for because it gives them leverage. Now, the guy like who she really, let's say, the guy she really likes, and you up front with, you say, hey, look, I got this many women. Are you cool with it, right? And then she's like, all right, she really likes you. She's gonna go with it. Now, right? So but there'll still be boundaries laid down. It just be differently. It'd be like, okay, boy, if you get any new women involved, I would like to know. Or you're using condoms, or all these type of things. Questions are asked, right? And once again, so women don't. So now, but here's the problem though with this. She might go with it, but because she doesn't have the rights of her vagina power, she kind of, she kind of, she just plays her part, and she's a little bit more reasonable because she knows now that I can't really have leverage over him, because now what I'm gonna do if I say I'm not gonna give none, he got somebody can take my spot. So this is why I think monogamy is a bad deal. But some people, not all guys can deal with multiple women, so it's understandable. Some guys are just one woman type of guys. Fine, that's fair, right? That's fair. And I think I think women overly, I think they get cheating. I think they overstate cheating. I think it's too extreme. I think it's something that's forgivable. It's something that can be, fixed, even if, as long as he's understanding that, you know, hey, I made a mistake, and you can move on. So this is why I think cheating is just if a woman leaves a man, in my opinion, because she said he's cheating, in my opinion, is because he was going to leave him. She was looking for an excuse. And I don't think cheating is abuse. I don't think cheating is something that, if happens, the woman's life or health is at risk. I just don't think so. So should we look at it as maybe something that's too, I would say, too overvalued or overly looked at, overthinking and all that? Or should we just call it what it is? People make mistakes.
See, the way I see it, the whole point of marriage is to, it's not really. I mean, of course, it's about the, the marriage. It's about the couple, but then really, it's about what's good for the kids, right? Kids, they need, in order for them to grow, to grow in a healthy like environment, you need both parents there. You need um yeah, like kids, they need to see, they need to feel, the love from both parents. And so um like we know what happens when people grow up, in a shitty household and whatnot, right? And so that's the whole point of marriage. So that way, like you two, so the couple stick together and raise the kid together. Because when you raise, a kid separate, it's not good for the kid's psyche. And so I guess when it comes to marriage, we have to ask, like, do we care about the kids? You know, do you think that you'll be able to raise, like, if say you have kids, would you be able to raise your kids in a broken home? There are some I'm not saying that like broken homes can't like you know raise like healthy kids, because some can, but it's I'm sure excuse me, I'm sure it was difficult for for you and your baby mother to having to raise kids like sort of like separately. Like things are just better when you raise kids you know together, right? Like when you do everything by yourself, it's just so much harder. Like why would you do that? A kid, it takes a village to raise a kid, and so why would you raise a kid by yourself? Because as the kid grows older, the kids is gonna ask, where's mommy? Where's daddy? How come you guys aren't together? I see, other parents, you know, um, together. How come you and daddy aren't together? And all these questions and stuff like that.
Okay, I have a different theory about that.
Okay.
But I'm not going to go into that because that is, um, yeah, I just do believe that, women, I think they devalue family less than men, in my opinion, right? And the divorce numbers state that. And it ain't always about, and infidelity ain't the reigning supreme, right? It's a whole bunch of combination of things. But typically, it's all about the way they feel. And if they feel that it's time to move on, they will burn the house down. That's
A
why you
woman
got.
is ruthless. I just got done saying that raising a kid is difficult. A woman is not going to just leave her husband so she could raise the kid by herself,
So
and put that hard, and go through hardship. Like no woman wants that. No woman wants to raise a kid by themselves. No woman, goes, oh, I'm gonna, have a kid and raise, a kid all by myself. No, not the average woman. Now, like a rich woman, yeah, because she got money. But we're talking about the average, your everyday people. Your everyday woman is not thinking that way, because well, you know how the economy is. Everything is so expensive. You can't make it by yourself. You need, majority household are two working parents, and even that is difficult.
welcome to the show, Big Dog Barking. Whoop whoop.
Hi,
What's
Big
going
Dog.
on? Hey, Zyrus.
What's up, Big Dog Barking?
What's going on? I know I already hit the stage. Now you want to play my music? God damn, Rufus.
Well, I was because I didn't want you to wait down there too long. You know what I mean? and I was
I
gonna play it
got
for
you. I
you.
got you. It was what you got going on over here, Rupert? What you got
So
going on?
Zyros come up here to yell at me.
That ain't nothing new. That's
She,
this.
I say women don't value marriage as much as men, and she disagrees. Of course, womanhood. But the numbers, I say the numbers, show that there are 1 million divorces a year, and women file between 800 to 850,000 times, and that's an extremely high number. And I just think a lot of it's because women just being petty. Now, what do you have to say on that, Big Dog Barking?
I'm gonna say this. Do dudes want to get married?
Well, not anymore. It's declining.
Okay, so the ones that's already married, why they don't file for divorce first?
Well, I don't understand your question.
Because you saying the women don't value the marriage and don't value the family no more. Why the men don't cash out before the women do?
Because they see the results, right? Now, this is why the marriage rate is down, because men, we're in the age of information now, social media, Google. Now they're seeing that women are not stable, right? They're very easy to quit. They're very easy to walk away from. And then we have another information that even the marriages that are lasting, that are working, is a happy wife, happy life type of situation. So with those two things being true, a lot of guys like, man, I don't know if I want to sign up for that.
So
Go
basically is either let her have her way so we can be together, or tell her no and she gonna file for divorce.
Yes, that's the great way to sum it up. That's a fact. Women, they are sore losers, and winning means a lot to them. And them having their way in that house, or in that marriage, or in that relationship, it means a lot to them. And if you do not give it to them at a capacity which they feel is necessary for their egos and all their things to be fulfilled, they'll get rid of you, period, and replace you.
So men,
thing is real.
So men don't do the same thing with women?
Not at the rate. And it is different, and it is entirely two different things. Men, like I said, we do divorce at a lower rate, but it's not, first of all, for a guy to ask a woman to marry him, and put a ring on it, it's most likely he's not going to move to divorce. Now, there are some outlier cases, small number of men that, they might, they walked in, saw her get her cheeks getting clapped, or they see that she's very, maybe is very violent, domestic, so they have to move on, right?
Right.
And then what's the other one? He falls in love with another girl, right? There's some of those things, right? But once again, that's very low percentages. Most men don't file because even if they make a mistake or their wife makes a mistake, they look at it from the journey perspective. Like, you know what? I love her. This is why. And we got kids together. I don't want to break my family up. And I love her. So we will evaluate those things and stay in there to try to work through whatever it is to work through. And that it means even if when she's wrong, she has to be right. Right? Men are even accepting sexless marriages from her because men, we are dutiful and we're more dedicated to the family aspect of marriage. And it is our legacy on the line here. So it means more to us. It has greater value to keep our family together, keep things intact, and work through our problems than to just, I'm filing, I'm leaving. Because we understand that we don't fall in love as easy. And we know that most women are going to play us for our money if we go outside this marriage. So we are going to do everything within our power to try to make this thing work on a grand scale. Right? I'm not saying this is not every man. There's some men that are out of there, right? But most men, the majority of men are going to stay in there. Because most men they don't have options like that. Most men feel they got lucky to get married. This is why women think they're the prize, right? Most men don't think they're the prize. They think she's the prize. So therefore, they're not trying to walk away by any means. This is why men value the man way more, because he feels more luckier. Especially if she's a bad bitch. Oh, this because he's gonna worship the ground she walks on. But women, they have a different mindset, right? Women, they don't value marriage as much. I believe most women are 1 foot in, 1 foot out, right? I believe because in their minds, they think because they think they're the prize one, and that makes them entitled. That means he needs to match and keep up those expectations that she set for him. And if he does not continue to meet those things, she will most likely leave, right? And also, women are, because they're more emotionally invested, if their feelings change within the course of any moment of that journey, they're parachuting, because to women, their feelings matter a great deal. It's like 97% of their evaluation process. And if their feelings are compromised, they will burn the house down. That's why they're leading the charge in filing for those divorces.
Is you all right over there, Ruth? The last couple times I've been over here, it's like you getting over a cold or something?
Just a little slight cough.
Okay, I'm trying to make sure you all right, because I know last time I was over here, you was a little clearing up your throat a lot.
Yeah, so I'm going to play this video real quick, and then I'm going to let you guys have at it.
All right.
Just on solely what it is that I need to be reborn into the woman that I'm meant to become, the individual outside of motherhood, outside of my relationship, or whatever the case. Like, who am I and what am I prepared to evolve into? And that's what this is all about.
Oh, we are already hitting the ground running, y'all. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you were just engaged.
I was.
You just kind of called off your engagement.
Mm-hmm.
When did that happen?
December 2022. So it's officially been a year and some change now.
How do you feel? How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Okay.
Better than expected. It's not something that just happened overnight. It was something that I kind of felt was not going in the direction that I needed my life to be going. The last year or two was kind of just like, this is not really feeling like it's in alignment with the journey that we began 7 years before. And I wasn't quite sure where we kind of branched off, but I realized that the path and the journey that we're currently on is just no longer suitable for where I'm headed. And so I had to make that. It was more of a mental decision that I made first, and then my heart kind of caught up. So once I officially was just you know what, I can't do this anymore. This is no longer a fit for me.
Yeah.
I think things kind of just progressed quickly. I gave myself a solid, 2, maybe 3 weeks to really be in the trenches of my feelings with everything and just realizing all that had just crumbled. And then I was just I got to put this back together. I can't remain in this funk. I can't remain in this low place. So I had to just rebuild and put the pieces together. And today I'm much stronger. It was really, really hard initially, walking away from a relationship and engagement with your kid's father and your best friend essentially was the most painful part. But at some point you gotta, I'm so used to putting everybody else before me.
Yeah.
I watched my mom do it, just be the most selfless person ever, just always giving and putting herself last. So I just always operated that way. And then when it was time for me to really tap into my heart, my feelings and my needs, I was like, they're unmet.
Yes.
They haven't been met for quite some time.
Yeah.
And so I just had to be real with myself. And I'm like, you know what? We're in a new season of where I'm going to get back to myself.
Yes.
So what she's saying is, she wasn't really into being selfless. She's like, that's not who I am, being selfless. Who I really am, who I really need to tap into is being selfish. That's what she's her overarching point. Because we understand any relationship that's, talk about engagement. This is pretty much a marriage, just paperwork difference. It's selflessness takes it would take a great amount of selflessness to make it work, to make it last, right? And these women are saying, I'd rather invest in myself. Like you said, you hear her say, I made a decision in my mind, and then my heart caught up. Because why? Her feelings matter so much. Forget the kids. We can work this out. We can try to work through our problem. We got a family together. Let's stick it together. Let's stick it out. No, she's all about her. And the reason she called off her engagement, it wasn't an unfixable situation. It wasn't an absolute. He wasn't cheating. It wasn't infidelity. But it was just the way she felt. She felt of being selfish. I need to be more selfish and tap into being me. I see my mother be selfless, and that's where I am. But then that wasn't me. So I do believe majority of women align in this ideology of self-love.
Rufus, you don't love yourself?
I do, but if I'm with a woman, listen, if I sign up, if I put a ring on her finger, I love myself, but I love her. And so I'm going to be selfless, right? Meaning I'm going to share my love. I love myself and I'm going to love her, but I will sacrifice the love for myself to make sure that this relationship has the best chance to make it.
But see, that right there be the problem I be having with some of the conversation is that right there is like you gotta be selfish in your relationship sometimes. You gotta think for self sometimes.
Well, there is a measure, yes, but then there's an extreme. Right now, in this case, she called off, they have 2 kids together.
Right.
They've been building, and she calls off because she feels, right, that there's a need to put more invest in herself and be selfish. She said she did so much for others. She's tired of that. She wants to put more into herself, invest her feelings, her emotions, which says love oneself, meaning she's getting rid of him. Now, yes, there is a time in every marriage relationship that you want to be a little selfish, right? Like I'm going shopping, grab me else. There's a budget I got. I'm going to get me some shoes. I'm going to do it for me. But to throw away my marriage that's, to me, way above and beyond a little bit of selfish. I think that is extremely selfish.
Well, one thing I heard her say was that she thought about it first before she reacted.
Yes.
To me, that means she saw something that wasn't quite right in the situation before she really reacted. Because according to emotional logic, is that your heart gonna move before your brain move if you just thinking with your emotions. She said she sat there and said she thought about it before she actually put some emotion into that shit. So it was something she put together in her head first before she made a move with her heart. So what did she see that wasn't right?
Well, it could be a number of things, right?
Right.
But this is the thing: nobody's perfect.
I agree with that. Ain't nobody perfect.
So, therefore, if you sign up, you say I do. I think when you say I do, I think you're married. Get the paperwork, right?
Yeah, but even
if
when
you sign up, if you sign up for these till death do us part, or is it that your happiness is compromised? Which one is it, right?
But this is what I'm gonna say about that though. It's like you gonna see the red flags in your fiance before you say I do. You see the red flags.
And this is the part where we have to, as adults, hold responsible. Everybody got red flags.
I agree with that, but how many?
You're just picking the person that you're most compatible with and that you love enough
is risk management
through those red flags.
Yeah, risk management. That's what that is. Risk management.
That's what you're signing up for. So then to turn around and say, "Oh, I need to love me more. I'm tired of being, selfless. I need to be more selfish," is a compromise of the very thing you signed up for.
I mean, you're supposed to be selfish, ruthless. In some shit, like I ain't saying be like don't do nothing for your wife or husband, or don't do nothing for the kids, but you gotta do something for yourself sometimes. You can't
We're not disputing that, but there's certain things but there's a measure of selfishness that you have to put this in. Yeah. To be a little selfish, meaning I'm going out with my boys, I'll be back, we're going camping or whatever. Yeah, I'm being a little selfish. Right. But to throw my relationship away or my marriage away, that's more than just going camping, right? That's way more serious. That's way more of a catastrophic situation, because now you're tearing your family apart. Now you're you're destroying the nuclear family, which, as Zyrox alluded to, that a kid is better with two parents in the house. And now you're saying, well, I don't know, they're going to have to deal with just me. And I'm leaving your dad because I feel I got to put me first. Not because he's beating me. Not because he's cheating on me. Not because he's doing something out of his case. No, because I got to do me. And that, to me, just that on that standard alone is catastrophic. That's very extreme. That, hey, I'm going out with a girls' trip, or I'm going out with the fellas, we're going bowling. Yeah, that's a little selfish, but that's not catastrophic, right? That's not going to tear the family up, right? You know what I'm saying?
I got you. Well, maybe he saw something. He saw that red flag in her and ignored it. Maybe she was always like that, and he didn't get
Once again, red flags are a part of life.
But again, if what you saying is true, she's just selfish, she don't give a damn about nobody. I 100% believe that he saw that shit when he first started fucking with her. Well, and he paid that no attention because she attractive.
Let's listen to her some more, right?
I'm listening.
And now it's non-negotiable.
Oh, come on. Okay. And I don't think that that's something that's said enough. I don't think that that's something that is talked about enough, how we, like women of color, I really feel like we are almost trained to put everyone and everything else before us. It's and we're almost like torn out, or like we're attacked when we don't put other people first. Yes. And so how did you deal with that mindset of things?
I just think it's a season of where I've worked hard enough. I deserve to be a little bit selfish.
Yes.
And you would hope that the people in your life that you're attracting and you're loving would give you that grace and make it to where you don't feel like you need to isolate yourself and take that time to just be selfish with yourself, because you're getting that grace and that love from everyone else. But when you're not, you need to be strong enough to be able to be like, this is something I need for me, And so I don't care. I kind of just blocked out the noise. I had the people in my ear like, you're engaged. This is what love is. This is what the journey is. You ride it out. You stick it out. This is what a wife is. And through thick and thin, through hard. And I'm looking like, no.
Yes.
Like, there's just something of I'm.
So she knows, she's admitting that she knows this is what it takes to be a wife, through thick and thin. So she's not ignorant. She knows what it takes to have a great relationship. And she's like, I'm not with that.
She didn't say that, ruthless.
That's pretty much what she said.
She basically said why he won't allow her a little grace to be selfish. Why was that a problem?
What?
She said in so many words, it's like she want to do some shit for self because she do shit for everybody else. And somewhere down the line, her fiance told her no.
So let's evaluate this, right?
I'm listening.
Let's evaluate this. Come on now. She's capping, right?
I ain't saying, I'm just going by what she saying, Rufus. I ain't saying she telling the truth, and I ain't saying she lied. I'm just going off what the lady said.
Well, I'm finna expose her and the women of the world today, right?
Go ahead.
What do y'all do? What do y'all do for men other than give us sex, right? Y'all don't pay for dates. Y'all don't pay for dinners. You guys, right? You guys don't really do much. You guys aren't romantic.
What do men value? What do men value?
No, I'm just saying that, listen, women don't do anything intrinsically for nobody but themselves.
What do a man value from a
They
woman?
don't take men on shopping sprees.
My wife took me shopping several times.
And we talk about regularly, right?
My wife can buy me 4 cars.
Okay, men, she's not married, right? So even I'm just saying, all right. Now you're putting in we're talking about the general public, the general population.
Okay, let's go to gen pop.
Typically, don't do anything for men, right? On a consistent basis. The average man pays for the dates, right? Between 3 to 5 years.
I'm gonna let you say that.
Amusement parks, et cetera, right? So the average man is
that's the cost of doing business. That's the cost of doing business.
Right.
Okay.
So they made a statement that they're so used to doing to others, when that is a contradiction to their parents teach the woman that she's the prize and that the man is the provider. So when they're meeting boys or men, their automatic expectations are typically, what can you do for me? This is where the 6 figures, 6 feet, and everything else comes in, right?
But don't men say they want to be the sole provider?
That's not the point I'm making.
What the point is, Rufus? You can't sit there and say they want men to be providers, and there's a problem, and then say men want to be providers.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm listening.
I'm speaking to her statement right now.
All right.
Right?
I'm listening.
I'm not. See, you're trying to have another conversation about something else. I'm having a conversation about her, and Sarah just said they're giving so much that they've been taught to give. What the fuck have they been taught to give? What do they give?
They gave something.
Before they have kids. Hold up. Before a woman has kids, right?
Right.
And she growing up, pretty much dad, mom provides everything for them, right?
I agree with that.
Okay. So when she's dealing with men, right, she's taught that she's the prize.
Okay.
And every man pretty much that runs into her or have a chance with her will have to cater to her.
Okay, Dad, for dad.
So therefore, what does she get? No, they're speaking like she's just rolling up on it. Hey, I'm gonna take you out and let me go buy you. Like, get some strange men that I like. Oh, I think you're cute. Hey, let me take you out for dinner, man. No, women don't do that.
Okay,
on a large basis. So
now, this what I'm gonna say about that is most. I'm agree with that, but this is what I'm gonna say. The reason most women don't do that because they don't like to hear the word no. They rather have the power of the word no instead of me. They don't.
No, I'm talking about after they're in a. Let's say they're in a relationship with a boyfriend girlfriend thing, right? They're still not paying for dates.
They will pay for a date, Ruthless.
Every here and there.
You said they don't. They will though.
Here and there.
Okay.
Not like to the level she was talking. Let me go back to this thing because you're not hearing what I'm saying. Let me go back. Let me just walk this down. No, we're gonna walk this down.
We can walk.
We're gonna walk.
Where I've worked hard enough, I deserve to be a little bit selfish.
Yes.
You know, and you would hope that the people in your life that you're attracting and you're loving would give you that grace and you know, make it to where you don't feel like you need to isolate yourself and take that time to just be selfish with yourself because you're getting that grace and that love from everyone else. But when you're not, you need to be strong enough to be able to be like, you know what, this is something I need for me, you know? And so I don't care. I kind of just blocked out the noise. I had the people in my ear, like, you know, you're engaged. This is what love is. This is what the journey is. You ride it out, you stick it out. This is what a wife is. And through thick and thin, through hard. And I'm looking like, no.
Yes.
Like, there's just something I'm all for, you know, riding for my man and my husband and doing what you need. But I feel like there's a reason that God didn't bring us to that altar.
Yes.
There's a reason we didn't set that date.
Yes.
There's a reason that, you know, it was kind of put on the back burner. And so I had to dig a little bit deeper and ask myself, like, is this the forever that I want? This pit in my stomach or this void in my heart, this, you know, unseen void. Is this what I want forever?
Yes.
And I'm like, if nobody's going to vouch for me, if nobody's going to be selfish for me, if no one's going to advocate for me, like, who other than me?
Right.
Who other than me?
Right.
You know, so, you know, a good man never really walks away from a good woman.
Yeah.
You know, it has to be you that takes that moment to be a little bit selfish and to turn inward and ask yourself.
You hear what he said? Did you hear what she said? No good man, no woman, no man walks away from a good woman. So she's telling you
Nah,
that
they might
she's
not
doing
walk
this.
away. They might not
And
walk away.
And
but
then she said, "Oh yeah, there's people might irritate them. This is what love is. This is like there's
Yeah.
people that really trying to genuinely show her that this is what a part of the journey." And she says, "No, it's about me. I need to be the center of attention." This is the Aisha Curry thing, right? This falls right on the Aisha Curry thing.
Okay, if it's attention, it's attention.
She says, men don't look at me when I walk out the door. I have a problem with that. But she's married to a husband who's giving her everything her desire.
I would say this about Aisha Curry's situation. I ain't gonna say dudes ain't looking at her. She might not get as many dudes looking at her as Steph got women looking at him. I would say that.
Well, she get men look at her. She just the men that look at her.
It's a competition thing, really.
Yeah. But I'm saying this. So let me break down what Aisha Curry said. Men are looking at her, but the men that are looking at her are invisible to her, right? She's talking about the elite men, the men who she thinks on either Steph level or her level or more, right? Those are the ones who she needs validation from, not the broke dude who's out here who's a busboy and he's got they're like invisible to her. So even though he's looking at her, he's drooling. She fine. That don't count. You know what I'm saying? That don't count to her. She wants Lamar Jackson to be drooling over her. You know what I'm saying? She wants those type of men. So anyway, the thing I'm saying is here, right? What she's saying is women are saying they give so much, but in my opinion, women don't give that much.
But what do we want? What do we want?
I'm just saying it's not about what we want. It's about what she.
But you say they don't give us shit. But what do we want them to give us? What do we want? What do we want them to give us?
Listen, Big Dog Barker, you gotta listen. Right?
I'm listening.
I said she said, not I said.
Okay.
I'm not the one complaining.
Right.
I'm saying she said she gives so much.
Okay.
And I'm calling cap.
And I'm saying
women typically get, especially, and she's a bad bitch. Right?
She's right.
She's better than her. Come on, get the fuck out of here. But anyway, right? This was a bad bitch, right? She's getting shit thrown at her all the time. Dudes will pay her bills. Dudes will tell her, I'll take care of you. Whatever it is, boo. Dudes are cap. So she's getting everything thrown. Women don't, and women like this, who's getting everything thrown at her, is not giving shit up. Whatever she gonna do for a man. So women typically are not giving a lot to men or to anybody that forth. Women don't take care of their parents. So I don't know what she's talking about. Women talking about they give. What do they give? But the vagina. A woman to give you her vagina before she give you her money. Let me tell you, let's keep that real. She'll give you that coochie all day before she give you her bank account. Now, when these women sometimes pay for dinners and anniversaries, yeah, I give that. They might pay for a few things, but on a grand scale, in a relationship, that woman probably put in what, $2,000 in 5 years on a guy. If she really likes him, but women aren't typically breaking the bank for men. So what is she talking about? She giving other than her box. That's it. And she charged him for. That wasn't free. Women don't give up within a relationship, that ain't free. Especially a woman like this. Look, she's a bad bitch. So, he was paying for everything and then some.
That's the price of doing business, Ruthless.
But she's the one talking about what she giving. So what is she giving?
She gave something. She gave something.
A coochie.
Okay, if that's all you wanted, that's all you got there.
Okay, then. So, but don't act like I'm constantly giving people things. I'm always giving, so I need. So that means if she's only giving the coochie, which she's charging him for, she's not really giving that. She's charging him for that. So that ain't free either.
Didn't he get 2 babies out of her?
Yeah, and that still she got compensated for that. Doesn't matter. She's getting compensated. She's the beneficiary. She's the beneficiary of this, right? She's benefiting. She got the kid she got for herself, not for him. Right? She did it for herself.
So he busted another side of her, didn't he?
She just said she's selfish. So now the kids are for her. He was he pretty much was just a baby maker, right? He just shoot them sperm over here. I'm gonna have these kids, and now I'm leaving you.
So she went through hell twice to have babies just to leave.
But that's only for less than 5 minutes.
Less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean the hardest part, you know what I mean? Right when they're birthing it, it's coming out. That's like about 5-10 minutes.
That's
half an hour. Half an hour.
That's how long it take to shoot up the club, about 5 minutes.
We'll say half an hour. Let's just say hour, right? Still, an hour or something versus a lifetime. Come on, paying for bills and taking care of you.
But that's part of
listen,
it.
Listen, what I'm saying is we don't got no problem with it. Us men, we don't have a problem with this. We're not complaining. Right. We don't have no problem with doing these things for women. We don't have a problem with it. We're not sitting here saying, "Oh, I don't want to be a provider." No, there are some drizzles. Granted, that's another conversation. But most men, we're out here saying we're signed up. We want women to pay for us. No, we don't have a problem. We just want the reciprocation of the stuff that is free to be delivered.
And what you want? What you want that's free?
That's respect.
You ain't getting
respect.
What you want?
Respect. I'm naming it. You're not listening. Respect.
Okay, respect.
Cooperation, and don't quit on me. Don't give up on me. Don't give up on us. That's what we want, and that's free. Don't cost a damn thing for her to do that.
But what I'm saying is, if you want respect, she supposed to be giving you respect, or you even bust a nut inside of her, ruthless.
Yes, but that can change. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
People change over time.
She just told you. She just sit here and broke down how she changed. She's like, you know what? This is not me. I see my mama do it, and I ascribe to it. But then I don't really like that. She's like, no, that's about. I need to be selfish. I'm more subscribed to that.
She probably did because that's what she saw. She saw that in her household and then didn't want to do it when she realized how much work it takes to do that.
She's a bad bitch, so she got everything. She pretty much. There's no way this type of woman is dating a guy. Number one, who's not financially capable. That's one. Because image is everything. Two, like, look at her earrings. Like, he's paid for all that. Her lip, her eye, everything. Her hair. Her nails, everything. He's paying. She's a kept woman by this man.
I can believe that.
Right? So
I can believe he tricked out.
So once again, what is her complaint? What do you mean you need to be more selfish for? If you're charging him and you're charging him a price for his exclusivity, right? You're charging him. Now you're turning around and saying, I'm reneging on the deal that I made with you, and I'm going to be about me, and I'm leaving you.
That's the mind frame right there. Like, watch it. Yeah. You saying he paying for, so by him quote unquote paying for, he get to say what the fuck she got going on, right?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying,
what you just said.
No,
she charging him to be there.
Not what I said.
You just said he paid for this.
Let me make this clear.
It's control, ain't it?
Let me make it clear to you.
Okay.
Men, we pay for loyalty.
Why women, you paying for it?
Because that's what their expectations is.
That's you being stupid paying for something that supposed to be given for free.
You can't get loyalty for free.
Yes, you can, Ruth.
A woman will not give you exclusivity if you're making her pay for shit.
How come she won't? How come she won't?
Leave you.
Why you say that?
Women won't date broke men. They're against broke energy.
They will date broke niggas.
They'll fuck a broke man, but they won't make them their man.
That's their will.
Women,
the majority of niggas walking around is broke, according to talking points. They broke.
Okay, and once again, right? Women are unifying their down with broke energy. This is a sentiment, this is an ideology, right? That is under all women are falling under, right? They don't now. Will if it's situationships where they're in, where they have sex with a guy who's good, he really good looking, he got to be really good looking, and they want some and they like him a little bit. There are some exceptions, though these are minority, right? Very small chance. But once again, you can't sustain. There's no sustaining that. That's going to be short lived. You got between 6 to 10 months before it's over.
Really, you got 3.
Nigga. Just getting you out of there.
You really
you ain't
got
achieving. But if you're not achieving, or she sees that you're achieving, or get to the point to where you are thriving, and she sees that it's just like pretty much a dead bum, you got 6 to 10 months, nigga, and she's out.
You got 3.
She's out.
But that's if a nigga ain't doing shit.
Okay, then. So, but the point I'm making is, once again, typically, especially women that look like this on this video right here, she's not dating the broke nigga. I'll tell you that right now.
She done had a broke nigga up inside her before.
Yeah, but not her man. Not having no kids. Not taking an engagement ring. She's not doing it.
She got the engagement ring back, so the rich nigga ain't talking about shit either.
Big boy, this is the conversation I'm trying to have with you, right? You're having a whole nother. You keep trying to have another conversation about.
I'm having the conversation you having.
No, the conversation I'm trying to have with you is she's this woman here on the screen, right? Is a very attractive woman.
I agree.
Her options, she can literally walk out of her house and there's a line of niggas right there for her. She has everything that she is a bad bitch, right? So
I will give you.
She understandably, her expectations, bad bitch expectations are I say number 2, 3 is you're gonna have to be economically efficient to deal with them. You cannot be put up in no broke down Toyota talking about, yeah, baby, we finna go eat.
So basically, the only nigga that got a chance with her are trick niggas.
Is what?
Trick niggas. Them the only nigga that got option to chance with her are trick niggas.
That's it. There's no other way. You're not getting you. If you try to leave with your personality and she find out you're broke, she's blocking you.
She'll listen.
She's blocking you.
She'll listen.
And she's not giving you no coochie.
She might.
She's gonna find out. So what do you do?
If you say the right thing at the right time, she might give you some.
Maybe. That's a you got to be in a position for that. Like maybe y'all work together. Y'all work together, or y'all at a she's drunk and the part. I mean, yeah.
Why you gotta be all these exceptions? Why you just can't be shooting my shot straight up?
Because we know that sometimes she's a little itchy. You get drunk, she's a little horny. She might get some, but she's not going to be seen with you. You're not going to be taking her to no dinners. She's not going to let you get that far.
I would.
Right? If once you find out, you're broke.
Okay, so either I simp a little bit and get her some sympathy pussy, but I ain't gonna get it a lot, or I just have a big bag and blow it on her every time I see her.
Well, you don't have to blow a big bag on her, but you're gonna have to, like when y'all go out, she's not footing that dinner date. Never.
So now,
you're gonna have to take her. You might take her to this type of woman here. The earrings, she looks pretty classy. You're gonna have to at least do Riv Chris or better, right? To impress her. Or if you take her like to Chili's, like she's blocking you, nigga. Well, and you're definitely not getting. You won't even smell that coochie.
So basically, as soon as my money run out, she out the door. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, of course. So
why have you put yourself in that situation if you feel like that type of female? She just leave it alone.
Because this is the society standards, right? Men typically are paid for dates. Women receive the dates. They show up, whatever, right? That's been like that since the beginning of time. Men have always been the providers, and by dating, you're part of the courting and stage of the vetting. Women are showing that they have to show that they are, mentally competent to have a conversation and look beautiful and smile, right? That's pretty much what men look for. And, you know, to keep going. And men, we have to show that we're providers. And, you know, that's pretty much that's also, so each one of us, when we're dating each other, we're proving something to each other. The men, what we're looking for in women is their looks and then the exclusivity. Right, we're looking for that. Women, they're looking for the same thing. Now, what the women are doing is they're charging for these things, right? For you to get access to these things, right? Meaning her expectation, she's expecting you to pay for a date, to, you know, whatever it is that you're planning, that's going to be taken care of. And you need to be loyal to her. That's what she's demanding. And men, we're paying for exclusivity, access to that. And that's the foundation, and that's how it goes.
I ain't gonna say you wrong about that, Ruthless, but again, it's like what you just said. You're paying for the exclusivity. You're paying for the looks. You're paying for it.
But we're paying for the exclusivity, meaning the looks, we can just buy coochie, nigga.
No, I said just pay for the pussy.
No, I'm saying we just pay for it straight up. Boom.
Yeah,
boom,
just pay for it straight up, yeah.
But what I'm saying, when you're talking about dating and looking for someone to build with, you're paying for the exclusive rights to that.
Meaning, I agree with that. I can agree.
Meaning you're doing this because you don't want her to see no other guy.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, you're that's what she's demanding too, right? For me to date you exclusively, you're going to have to meet these qualifications. Other than that, I can.
But you just saying it's financial qualifications.
That is a large part of it, to continue to get the opportunities to sell to her that you're the viable prospect.
They got a lot of weight to it, but I ain't gonna say it's the biggest part of it.
It's just what I'm saying is to get to her to pick you to be her man. You need to prove to her that you can meet her expectations. And most time not, men are the ones doing the more proving than the women.
And then I feel like niggas be at the disadvantage because outside of looks, y'all ain't asking these women to do shit else.
After what?
After the looks, y'all not asking women to do shit else.
Well, what else would we need to do? We don't need money for
That's
them.
what I be asking. That's why I just asked you. Like, what else do you want from her besides the looks?
Okay, so women don't. Okay, so let's say women like this right here, right?
I'm listening.
What are you going to demand for her? What are you going to demand?
It's all the shit I want. I gotta talk to her. Like, if she attractive, That's one part of it. But once I get to knowing her and shit like that, then I figure out if I want to keep pushing forward or do I just want to smash something about her business.
Yeah. But once again, your men's roles are when we meet a woman and we want to make her our woman, right?
I'm listening.
She's basically charging a fee for you to have those exclusive rights to her and her vagina.
Okay, but again, if
you as a man, you're paying for those are your expectations that she makes that exclusive to you and only you.
I'm not disagreeing with
okay. So now to the dating part, right? Now you guys, through this phase, you guys are seeing if you guys are compatible, aligned, and designed for marriage, right? You guys are seeing, are you two compatible? And that's what she's charging you to find out, to see if you like her or not. And she's demanding you, do all the things premarital to see if you're worthy of her accepting.
Outside of financial, I might spend some time.
Everything pretty much is going to cost. You only have so many free things you can do.
But time is money too. So it ain't me just spending money. I'm spending time too. I'm giving her a little attention. I'm rubbing off a little of my energy on her.
And you can't. And these days, right? Big dog barking.
I'm listening.
You can't come in cheap. like you did back in the day. You know what I mean?
What's cheap?
Like you can't come in and take a woman to Denny's.
Yes, you can.
No, not these days. No, I mean, no, she's ugly. No, she's ugly and she's like Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, ain't gotta be ugly.
Dope fiend. Yeah.
No, it ain't.
If she's this woman here, if she's anything close, if she anything close to this woman here, you take her to Denny's, she's getting an Uber.
And guess what? I wouldn't care that she gone in the way.
That's not the point. Not the point, though. It's not the point I'm making.
Oh, I'm
if you take her to Denny's, she meet you, she give you shit. Oh, big dog bar, you're so nice. Oh, let's go out.
Okay, that's cool.
What time you gonna pick you up? Oh, woo woo, right? And you pull up at Denny's, she's gonna get out the car, she's gonna walk adjacent from you, and she's gonna be over on her phone, and you're gonna be like, what's going on, y'all? Everything good? Yeah, oh yeah, everything's good. And right when you get ready to go in, the Uber's gonna be pulling up. Oh no, I'm going home. I have an emergency.
And guess what?
You're gonna be calling, and you're gonna
I'm
go
not gonna call her.
I'm
gonna go inside Dennis. I'm eating my
Big Dog Bark, I'm just making a point. You can't take this type of woman to Denny's and expect it to even be a date, period. She's not going for that because she has already got a level of excellence where there's too many guys willing to do, whatever it takes. So if she's giving you, remember, you're buying the exclusive rights. And that means it has to be at a certain level. You can't take her to Denny's.
Why I can't take her to Denny's, Ruthless?
Because she gonna block you, Nick.
Why do I care if she block me?
Well, I'm just saying, fine. But most likely, Big Dog Buck, you wouldn't approach a woman like that.
How come I wouldn't?
Because you understand that she's not in your league.
I understand I'm a grown ass man and there's a grown ass woman. I'm gonna shoot my shot if I feel like shooting. Only thing she can tell me is no.
And that's what she's gonna tell you.
Well, that's fine. It won't hurt my day.
That's my point.
But I'm not gonna go trick off on her just so I could be with her.
You have no choice.
I do have a choice.
If she says yes, if she
say yes,
you're not gonna say you're paying for the date.
Who?
You're not gonna tell her you're paying for the dates.
How come I wouldn't?
Because you're just not how you get out.
How come I don't? I don't know how you get down, Ruthless, but I'm a whole nother different animal.
Yeah, you ain't Big Dog Bucket. You've been married. You've been married for 100 years.
I've been married for
100 years. You ain't. I'm just saying. Right now, the women today.
It's the same women that were 20 years ago.
No, they're not. They're way different now. Way different.
I guarantee you, because you know why I know? Because the women y'all deal with in 2025 is the daughters and cousins and nieces of the women I was dealing with in 2005. They got the same ideology. They got the same mentality. The only thing that changed is the technology. Same shit.
Women have evolved
to what?
Incredible.
They're doing the same shit they've been doing since I was born. They only got the technology to say the shit.
You cannot sit here and tell me that women are different from now, from the 60s to 2025. You're not going to sit here.
I wasn't alive in the 60s. I got born in 79.
I'm just saying this. You can't tell me the women are different in the 80s to now.
I ain't started having sex to the 90s.
Look, let me help you. Let me put this video back on so you can see that women are not the same.
They are the same.
They're different. They're way more vocal.
They've been talking this shit.
Yourself, is this in alignment with what sets my soul on fire? Is this in alignment with who's gonna, allow me to be and progress into the woman that God put me here to be? And if any of those answers are no or then you gotta go, baby.
You gotta go. I've been engaged twice, and for me, once I knew in my mind, like you said, and that's the thing about a woman that I don't think that a lot of men understand, is when you've lost her up here, when she's made the decision, you might still have her around for a little while, but you don't have her anymore. No. You just have her presence. You don't have what you used to have. And so when I made the decision to call off my engagement, I remember, you have the family members being like, are you sure? And now I'm second guessing myself. Like, am I sure?
Yeah.
Did I do this right? Yeah. Am I being too hard? Am I asking for too much? Am I, all of these different things? But really and truly, I feel like inside of dating and engagement, like that's when you really see who somebody is before you make the decision to spend forever with them.
Yes.
You know, and I think that we as women were taught to get married, we're taught to have a family, we're taught to strive for all of these things. I don't know why we're not taught to heal and love ourselves. And when we do,
that's today's woman. Now I'm agree with you to a point. Women have always been that way, but the vocal part, they are more, vocal about it.
They more outwitted.
Yes, they're more like,
now I can say that.
Even now, a girl tell you, hey, let me talk to you. Some girls will tell you, you need to cash out me to have a conversation. Black girls pretty much, but they'll tell you need to cash out them to have a conversation. There's women out here saying things like that. That they didn't do that in the 80s and 90s, even early 2000s. They didn't do that because cash out didn't exist, right? So once again, right, there's just so much has changed about the woman movement. They are demanding, commanding, whatever it is, especially these type of women. Look at her. They are demanding and commanding the men to acquiesce to their needs. And if that man don't do that, he doesn't stand a chance. And even the uglier women, and they got some nice bodies, they are not cooperating either now. Right? They are, because see, this is the thing about women, right? Women align. And to just say the ones, the twos, and the threes, they know that the bad bitch at the top is dogging niggas, right? Dog walking niggas. So when they turn around and see you pull up, they rating on you. You got to come to us, right? You got to come to us because we know that Sarah and this woman here finna get rid of your ass. We know that they're gonna leave you, and you have no choice but to come for my ugly ass. And I want the same, and I want bad bitch treatment. If not, go ahead and see what's on the other side. See, go deal with them bad bitches. Go get that chick that look good and see how you end up. And this is the woman's mindset. Women understand other women. They understand that the bad bitches are very high price. They come with a very large price tag, right?
Okay, I ain't gonna argue with you.
The medium woman, the average women come with just a little less price tag, still a high price tag, but a little bit less, not too much, because they're still attractive. And because most men are not swaggish, are not, aesthetically pleasing, right? But they're attracted to these type of women. Even the average woman has the same options as a bad bitch, right? She has the same amount of options, and sometimes more, because typically men have a little bit more confidence approach average woman than a bad bitch. Okay. So now you're left with the ones, twos, and threes, and maybe a four, and they got to have for you to get these women. It's a little bit easier access, right?
I'm listening.
But they're gonna want the same demands that the bad bitches want, and that's the difficult part right there. That's the hard part right there.
But do I have to give into their demands?
If you want them, yeah.
Because that's where we disagree. Because I don't have to.
So remember, we're talking about the average man, right?
I'm talking about in general, men in general. You don't have to. You don't have to give in. You don't want to.
I said if you want them. You're not listening to what I'm saying.
Even if you want them, you don't have to give in to all them stupid ass demands.
Lesson, you're looking like Chris Brown, nigga. Right? And you like again, she's gonna
Why y'all get so much power to Chris Brown?
I'm just saying this though, unless you're looking like that, or got that type of aesthetics, you are not going to get women catering to you in no form or fashion, even the ugly ones. You have to submit to everything they fucking want, and you got to walk that thin line, or they will divorce you as well, or leave you as well.
This is all I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say for a nigga that really want to be in relationships or some shit like that. Is you're gonna have to do a little simping and you're gonna have to do a little trick. You're gonna have to. I'll give you that part. You're gonna have to simp a little bit, you're gonna have to trick a little bit. But again, a little bit. Depending on what you want. Because that's what I say. If you just want to smash, you ain't gotta do shit but give them some money. Now, if you talking about dates and marriage and shit like that, it's gonna be something else.
People eat out every day down there now, right? Nobody's cooking. So there's really no, and everything's expensive now. So I mean, like I said, now there are some. You can go to some fast food restaurants, after you get there a while, In-N-Out Burger, or you can do some things like that, sports bars that are fair pricing. You can do that, but ultimately, you're gonna have to be exclusive with her. You can't have a lot of options. She's gonna leave you. So I'm just saying, to the average man who can't get a lot of women, who don't have the access, they have to settle. More men are settling than there are women settling in early ages, what I'm saying. Most women don't have to settle till 45, 50. Men are settling at 25 to 30.
I mean, if you really trying to go on that path, if you really trying to be married, yeah, I ain't got a problem with you settling at 25, 30. But a lot of these guys say they don't want to get married. They just want to have sex.
Well, nobody. Okay, so everybody doesn't want to get married. Now, nobody's really walking out unless they're coming from a big family like the Kardashians, or some sort of, legacy thing that they got, like a Deion Sanders. Like you got a real family that's online. Yeah, pretty much you just having sex whatever that comes your way. But
yeah.
So we do post-nut clarity changes all of this, though, right? This is the part where it gets complicated. You know what I'm saying? Now you're looking at her differently. She ran through, but she's your boo.
But this is the thing. You get post-nut clarity and realize you don't want to be with her no more. But then you also get that post-nut clarity to say, I want to wife her up because the pussy is good.
Yes, and nigga, the homie said, "Nigga, how you fuck that hoe? Don't call her no hoe. She ain't no hoe."
So do I put that off on the women or on the men for wifing the hoe?
Well, I'm not. No, it's okay to wife a hoe.
Really?
If that's what makes you happy as a man, and she's the desire of your heart, yes.
But I thought you could turn a hoe into
There's not a law against wifing hoes.
I thought you could turn a hoe into a housewife.
You can't, but you take the risk. You gamble.
So why even gamble with why even gamble on a hoe to make her a housewife in the first place? Because
post-nut clarity is real. It's real. It blinds you. It makes you don't look at. Remember, post-nut clarity. You're saying she's not a hoe. She's my boo.
Post-nut clarity say she not a hoe. If the pussy good in some of these conversations, if the pussy trash, and you said that shit your damn self, ruthless. If the pussy ain't no good, you ain't gonna deal with it no more.
That's why I said post-nut clarity is real.
But you were ready to fuck her before post-nut clarity.
What another man's trash is another man's treasure.
I agree with that.
So, like I said, that pussy may be trash to me, but for another nigga, that might be the best shit.
I agree with that. But then the rules apply to you too. If the pussy good, you gonna cuff her.
No. Now I keep it
You just said nigga, a wife the hoe if the pussy good.
If the coochie good, I would keep her in rotation.
Okay, you'll cuff her. That's what I mean. I ain't mean wife, like put a ring on her finger. I'm just saying you keep her around.
But but the coochie could be good. I won't necessarily cuff her though. Like if she has there's girls that have there's these two chicks, right? Oh my gosh, they're just excellent, right?
Yeah.
But there ain't no way they ever be my woman. Ain't no way they even go. I even put them in rotation. I just when I see them, right?
Right.
On site, If I see him, yeah, I'm banging it. But I'm not calling, texting, we're having fruitful conversations. No. So coochie does not make me want to cuff a woman. It makes me want to maybe fuck her more than once, twice, or maybe even 100 times, right? But what makes me want to cuff a woman is a woman who is compatible, right? Like we have a compatibility level that, you know, is unbreakable. Then that makes me like, okay, I want to cuff her. But if it ain't that, shit, because there's a lot of good coochie now. A lot of good coochie. A lot of good coochie. She can have the bomb. She can have the bomb. She can have the bomb. Her shit should be okay, but her head game is off the chain, right? So there's so many things. There's so many different things, right, that keep me, in the game. So this is the way I view it, and this is the whole point of my show. A woman should only be looked at as a viable sex partner. To either, if you either want to procreate with her or you just want to get laid. Anything, if you look at her, anything past that, you are in danger. Because the women out here are showing, and we just listen to this conversation about self-love, that they're not very good wives. They're not people you want to be around all the time. And I think, to your point, Big Dog Barkin, this does fall on men, but I think if a man wants to marry a woman like this, he should understand what he's getting himself into. That what you're marrying is not necessarily, you're not marrying a stable or strong individual. You're marrying someone who is very weak and can fall to be influenced very easily. And you need to understand that. And you need to prepare yourself properly so that if that day does come, hopefully it doesn't, that you be prepared for her, things that she's known to do. And that's where I'm at.
Well, I ain't gonna say you wrong, Ruthless. But I'm finna get up off here. I'm on granddaddy duty right now. I got my little grandson with me.
Okay.
But I appreciate coming up here, Ruthless.
Yeah. So yeah. Just if she's disgruntled, she will destroy. She will destroy. All right. Yeah. And that's the show today. Do not overly invest in these women emotionally. These women are very unstable out here, but great to have fun with. Women are, to me, a person that we can have fun. We can have all the fun we want. Getting serious and talking about building a family together and talk about have a happy home. I don't know if they're worthy of that anymore. I just don't trust these women to not quit on me or not, destroy the home. So, that's what I see. Tell them thanks for coming to the show. Hit the like button. Do not underestimate the power of influence. Do not underestimate the power of temptation. And women, because they have this new voice, this new found freedom, they are easily swayed out of something that is better for them. And they will take and pick something that is not good for them because they feel it makes them better. And this is how they're moving. They are not strong like they appear to be. These women are selfish, and they will turn on you in a drop of a dime. Rufus is out. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you. Until next time.